Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Desta and welcome to Desta Reacts. Here we talk about Africa, African Americans, and just things that are going on within the African people and the community. If that's something that interests you, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. And today we are looking into this beautiful city. You know, I keep just being like, if I showed this picture to people, where would they say this is? And even the fact that there's like still the green wall on the side, it means that this city is still being developed. There's no way you can fail to be impressed by this. And the conversation continues on many other things that need to be done. And I'm just like, wow. So if you saw this video randomly and you're not from this country, where would you say this is? I have not stopped to be fascinated by this change, because the last time I was in this country, it did not look like this. Anyway, by now it's Ethiopia. Maybe I even put that on the title. And this video was posted by Swahili Nation, and I'm keen to hear what they had to say. And he says, I am very impressed by the strides that Ethiopia has made in the city of Addis Ababa, a place that holds a special place in my heart. It truly represents the ideal image of the leading city in Africa that we aspire to see. I agree with you. I agree with you, Mika. It is, when you imagine of Africa, unfortunately, the image that has been given is of a child that has mucus on their nose, you know, like us carrying firewood. Not that all these things don't happen, but it's not what depicts of us, you know, like that's not the full representation of who we are. And being able to see a place that now is able to show us looking beautiful, us looking cute. Look at this. Ain't this a beautiful view? Can't you just enjoy this? Yeah, I know we're gonna get into some of quote unquote what I call propaganda that are ongoing on some of these issues, so keep watching because we're gonna discuss about that. But someone responded and said, this is your second home, you know how much we love you. Wow, that's nice. I highly relate with Mika when it comes to Ethiopia and it having a special place in our heart. If you know by now, I stayed there for like 2 years, more than 2 years actually, and I had a really good time. People were loving and well appreciated. And therefore I relate when he said this is the second home. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. We can talk about other things later, but this image of Africa is what we now need to start seeing, not just the other. And the place that the media have played in making us love or hate ourselves is the things they show about us. So if they show things about us that we do not like, then we self-hate. But if we show things that we actually like, which actually is what has happened in other countries, think about like Dubai, think about like Singapore, and even like now China, you know, it's just by changing the image and the perspective that we have of ourselves as well, and in the process you end up changing many other things. Someone says nothing much in Addis apart from Mescal Square and few parks here and there. This to me looks like much, but anyway, nothing to sing about outside Addis. The second city, Hawassa, you literally count impressive building. It took me half day to locate a cyber cafe. Oh, okay. I could say much about that because I know there are cyber cafes just in the city center of Hawassa. But another discussion that was very, very interesting and people were going back and forth, mostly Ethiopians, is, oh wow, look at this. This is impressive, guys. This is beautiful. I cannot wait to get back to Ethiopia and be able to drive through this, to take a walk in these paths. And the fact that this is not a park, you know, this is very beautiful. The roads, the highway, the lights just makes me feel like a fairy tale of a town that I would love to visit, you know. And many people had so many good interesting things to say about this, and one of them has to be that this has been done within, this project is 3 months project, working 3 shifts. If you're in power 10 years, you can change the whole country. I hope this master plan follows the rules for future construction works. And fully, I'm still very impressed even on the time that all these changes have been done, and the fact that they continue to be changed. That means that all these things that we dream about, the image that we keep dreaming about, is able to be changed, just one step at a time, right people, and we are good to go. I look forward to a time that we will understand, before you just want to correct Africa and talk about the people that do not have food or other things like that. Realize that still all these things happen in every country, just that it has loudly been said within our continent. Ethiopia, the land of our fathers, the land where our God loves to be. Give thanks for the info. As the emperor once said, progress comes gradually. True, true, true. One step at a time to the right direction is great progress. We Africans work together and change the bad history of Africa, I am sure. But all this comes by vision, commitment, and bright minds. God is blessed. God has blessed Africa and has blessed Africans as well. I agree with you, fully agree. This is incredible, and people continue to witness of this being actually the change, and how they have visited the city and they are loving how beautiful it has become, and it was just wow, even during the rainy season. Now it's interesting that still someone is typing on this comment section right now as we talk, or as we see this beautiful transformation of this city. But allow me to clarify the part that I'm liking about this. Have you ever, I've traveled to several African countries, and what you see is sometimes what dictates how you're going to experience the country. Like, for example, when you visit Rwanda, whether the system is working or the system is not working, you cannot fail to be impressed on how clean the city is. Like, the impression of how clean Rwanda is, including like even in slums and stuff like this, is still in my mind. Do they have other things that are not necessarily right in right places? Yes, absolutely. So when we come back to Ethiopia, there's still so many other things that we could point out, and that's what I was talking about. Someone in the comment section is already writing about that. But does not take away the credit of now your city looks amazing. Like, your city looks like a place everyone would admire to come to. And the changes that Ethiopia has experienced, and I know sadly there has been so many things that have happened to this beautiful country, and the blessed country that holds a lot of our history, and the country that we are so proud for not being colonized, you know. But on the same note, I cannot fail to think about how we cannot fail to appreciate the little effort. And I relate to this, like I relate to this as a Kenyan, in terms of, even in my country, you would find a person that has, like, a leader that you have elected is supposed to do 1, 2, 3, and they end up doing 1, which is a similar system or scenario that I explained this whole concept. We are not going to celebrate the 1 as much as we would have celebrated the 1, 2, 3, you know, like, but there's some step. That is just what I am appreciating. And this beauty, if anyone comes to visit Ethiopia, and sadly I'm talking from a place of how Ethiopia is going to be perceived, but also I hope the same is going to have a positive reflection to even the Ethiopians that live in Ethiopia, be it in their way of life, like their way of life being changed, like having pathways or roads, infrastructure, you know, like systems that work, and even lights. But this should actually give us so much hope, like the hope that if someone wants to do something, then it can be done. And I keep praying for peace in Ethiopia, because we cannot also be shy of the ongoing people having conversations and the rise in tribal conversations. And I look forward to a time that even as Africans as a whole, we shall be liberated from this separating attitude. Yeah, but apart from that, I am just impressed. I feel like, hey, that message should be a message from Ethiopian Airlines being like, come to Ethiopia, what are you waiting for? Come see how we have transformed the country, you know, like, this is it. Anyways, yeah, I love it. Well, but let's say this for now. If God grants us a chance to experience Ethiopia again with this so much change, it will be beautiful too. I'll be so happy. Like, I'll be so happy. And to show you, even like on my main channel, Queen Desta, if you've not followed me over there, you can check me out. I do travel and lifestyle content where I try to make sure that we go to the ground and understand what is going on beyond just seeing clips of a beautiful waterfall or something like this. You get the concept, and also get to hear from locals, like just a more raw experience. Anyway, this is beautiful. This, we cannot take credit from this. Look at this. This is impressive. Are you not happy to see this about your country? Just, if these are the photos that you have to show about what your country is. And that's why I'm saying, if you check on what images were showing of Ethiopia before, like 10 years ago, compared to what it is now, you will say Ethiopia is winning, like in terms of even the rise in the economy and things like this. I also have to give credit to East Africa. Well, I know Ethiopia is not part of the East African community, but it is still part of East Africa, right? So I'm very, very happy as part of the East African countries to be like, yeah, we are doing it. We are just a beautiful place that we enjoy living in, and we're enjoying experiencing it, and we enjoy, and people enjoy to come to visit. Yeah, anyway, this is nice. I had fun watching this. I had fun. I could go on and on about Ethiopia, and also how much I want to see this beautiful transformation. But for now, we are gonna end this video here, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.